I was pouring tea when my phone buzzed. 3 vibrations, the pattern my daughter uses when she's scared but doesn't want anyone around her to notice. I wiped my hand on my shirt, picked it up, and saw a single message. "Dad, you need to see this." No explanation, no emojis, just a 30-second video. I tapped it. My daughter's camera was angled low, hidden behind the corner of a door frame. Voices spilled through like poison. My wife's voice, her mother, her brother, laughter, sharp, careless. Then my name. "He's a worthless burden," my wife said, calm, as if discussing the weather. My chest froze. Another voice, her mother's. "He thinks he's doing us a favor paying the mortgage. He owes us for letting him stay." Stay? In my own house? Then her brother, snorting, "Just keep him working. Next payment is due soon." My wife, "Don't worry. He'll pay. He always pays. He's too desperate to lose us." I paused the video. The room went silent except for the ticking wall clock. A soft metallic taste filled my mouth. Like biting down on a secret I wasn't ready to swallow. I wasn't angry, not yet. Just empty. And in that emptiness, something cold began to take shape. I poured the tea, sat down, pressed play again. This time, I listened as a man who'd already begun disappearing from their world. I didn't say anything that night, not to her, not to my daughter, not even to myself. Silence makes people comfortable. Comfort makes them careless. At dinner, my wife talked about groceries, bills, her mother's shoulder pain. She spoke like a woman who had never called me a burden, a parasite, a wallet with legs. I watched her hands, her eyes. Every blink looked rehearsed. She asked if I could send her brother the usual amount for family maintenance. I nodded. She smiled, the same smile she gave me on our wedding day. Only now, I knew it meant nothing. Inside, I felt a slow tightening. Not rage, not hurt, something quieter. A calculation taking form. Late at night, when she fell asleep, I stared at the ceiling. Her breathing was steady, peaceful. I wondered how long they had been saying these things. How long I had been working overtime, cutting my own expenses, pushing my body until the bones in my wrists clicked just to keep a roof over their heads. My daughter's message replayed over and over in my mind. The way she said, "Dad, you need to see this." She didn't want to be part of it. She wanted me to know, and I did. Too clearly. Over the next week, I became a ghost in my own home. I woke early, left quietly, returned late. But I watched everything. Phone records, bank statements, her chats with her family, screenshots my daughter sent me silently, each one a small knife, cutting away whatever trust I had left. He'll keep paying. He's too weak to say no. He should be grateful we let him stay. Weak. Grateful. A burden. I started requesting my own financial documents from the bank, reviewed the mortgage contract, traced every transaction. 2 discoveries tightened my breath. First, my wife had been funneling a portion of my payments into her brother's business. Second, the house wasn't even in my name anymore. They had done the transfer last year, while telling me it was just a formality. I looked at my signature on the document. It wasn't mine. They hadn't expected me to check, because in their minds, I was exactly what they said. Worthless, blind, useful. Each night, I sat across from my wife at the dinner table, listening to her ask about my day with that same honeyed tone. She didn't notice my silence had changed. It wasn't submission anymore, it was strategy. The results came in on a Tuesday afternoon, neat, stamped, undeniable. Authenticity verification, the signature was forged. I placed the file on the kitchen counter, just as my wife walked in. She smiled, opened the fridge, asked what I wanted for dinner. I slid the document across the counter. She frowned, confused, pulled it toward herself. Her eyes moved left to right, then stopped. her face drained of color. "My signature?" I asked, softly, the kind of softness that cuts deeper than shouting. She swallowed, failed to smile, failed to move. She began. "I know." The air between us tightened like a wire. She looked up at me, the first crack in her confidence spreading across her expression. She opened her mouth again. Nothing came out. I didn't raise my voice, didn't accuse, didn't ask why. I didn't need to. The truth sat between us like a dead thing. The mortgage payment was due the next morning. She expected me to wake early, transfer the money, keep the machine running. I didn't. Instead, I called the bank, explained the situation, filed a fraud report. Everything froze. Account, loan, property. Temporarily locked pending investigation. Meaning, her family couldn't access a single rupee. Not the house, not the funds, nothing. When she found out, she screamed my name from the hallway. I walked out slowly, calmly, sipping tea. "What did you do?" Choked. "I stopped paying," I said. "After all, I'm just a burden." She covered her mouth. Tears gathered. Not grief, fear. The kind that comes when the puppet realizes the strings have snapped. I packed lightly, a single bag, clothes, documents, my daughter's drawings. I didn't leave a note, didn't justify anything. As I stepped out, she stood in the doorway, trembling. Her tears meant nothing to me. She had spent years crafting a world where I was the one who needed them. Now she got to live in the world that actually existed, without me. I walked down the driveway, the morning air sharp and clean, and felt something settle inside me. Not peace, not victory, just clarity. For the first time in years, I wasn't paying for someone else's comfort. And in that quiet, I understood something simple. They had never owned me. They had only borrowed the version of me that didn't know better. I don't live on loans anymore, not even emotional ones.